What is going on, my stock market bulls and bears? I am your host, Terry Stonkers, and welcome to my channel, baby, by the dip. All right, guys, I want to bring you something different today. Yes, something really different. With this current market craziness, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and we're investing in stocks, and they keep going down, and we don't know where the bottom is. Is the bottom now? Is the bottom next week? Was the bottom? We thought the bottom might have been around December, but we've been bottoming for the last 4 to 5 months. So, I thought about this and I wanted to come out here and present something different to you. I actually put this here in my community tab, the membership tab. So if you click the blue join button, you can join as little as $2.99 a month for the bronze, $9.99 for the silver, and you get different perks. You get the loyalty badge, you get the custom emojis. You get my buy sell alerts that I do on here as well. Now I posted down here in the members only that about a week ago, so I figured it's okay to come out and talk about it in today's video. This is something I'm starting up. I got about 20 years to retirement, and I want to get extra money put away because stocks can go crazy. They can go really good or really bad. This is a sure, guaranteed way to never lose money and only increase your money. These are called savings bonds, and you got to be really careful when you're buying savings bonds because there's mainly two different ones. There's a Series EE bond and a Series I bond. And I know all this because of me being in the banking industry. I used to sell savings bonds. People would buy them and invest in them and cash them out in 30 years, 20, 30 years. Or if an emergency comes up, they'd cash them out. So we're going to go over all this information here today. Now, this is insane. I posted this a week ago. The rate was 7.12% for 6 months that they're going to pay you for your money. 7.12% for 6 months. But if you think that's great, getting a guaranteed 7.12% for 6 months, I got something even better for you. So these rates change twice a year. And the rate just changed here for May. So this rate I'm going to give you is good from 6 months after you purchase it. This rate, guys, is phenomenal. This is going to pay you 9.62% interest on your money. Now, quick little rundown of savings bonds. These are through the Treasury Direct. You have to create a Treasury Direct account. This is through the government. This is guaranteed. There's no risk. You'll never lose money. Your account will never go you'll never lose a penny in this account. You'll never lose a dime. So a couple quick things here. The reason that this is paying so high because I bonds, guys, is the key. Series I bonds, they're the government helps to go against inflation, and since inflation is so high, they are paying crazy amount of money, basically for you to let them borrow your money, and they pay you interest on it. So I got 20 years to retirement. I'm throwing money into these I bonds right now. And now that the rate is 9.62%, I'm going to get that for the next 6 months. You best believe I will be putting money in there. As you can see down here, though, electronic, the minimum purchase is $25. And the maximum per calendar year you can put into electronic bonds is $10,000. Now, it does say here paper bonds. I don't think you can do it paper because they took the paper forms out of the banks years ago. But you just create your account. You buy them online. You can buy up to $10,000 worth per calendar year. And this earns interest the beginning of each month. They compound it up and they pay you. So we're going to go over some of the key points. Like I said, 9.62% interest on your money. That is phenomenal. I'm looking to throw like $50 every week or so, maybe couple hundred bucks a month into it, and let that build up over 20 years. And these, even when there wasn't really any inflation, was paying like 1 to 3% interest, and it's just guaranteed money, guys. I mean, you can see here, last 6 months it was paying 7%. This was almost paying 10%, 9.62%. So rates and terms, I bonds have annual interest rate derived from the fixed rate and semi-annual inflation rate. So that's why it's paying so much, because it does two rates because of the inflation. Interest is added to the bond monthly and is paid when you cash out the bond. Odd bonds are sold at face value. So if you buy a $50 bond, you pay $50. Now the redemption, if you want to cash it out, you have to own it for at least 1 year. So keep that in mind. If you're going to need your money right away, you don't want to do this, because once you buy the bond, you are obligated to have to hold it for 1 year in order to cash it out. How long will you earn interest if you buy a bond today? Interest earning period is 30 years or until you cash them, whichever comes first. So if you buy a bond today, you're good through 2052, May of 2052, to earn interest on this. So 30 years of interest. Now, if you do cash these out before 5 years, you do forfeit 3 months of interest, which that's nothing. I mean, but if you can hold it past 5 years, there's no penalty at all. So these are kind of like your long-term, you have extra cash, you want to put them away and have guaranteed returns on your money. There is tax considerations on this. Savings bonds are exempt from taxation by state or political subdivision of a state. So no state taxes, except for estate or inheritance tax. If you would, if a family member would inherit it, they would have to claim it. Now, you do claim interest, you do claim federal income tax on your interest earnings. So just for an example, if you buy $5,000 in bonds, and let's say you cash them out 20 years down the road and they're worth $20,000. You made $15,000 in interest. You will be required by the federal government to claim that $15,000 in interest as additional income for federal tax. So keep that in mind. If you cash out the I bonds, put 25% or so back for taxes, just to be safe for the federal tax. And here it has some frequently asked questions. How is the I bond rate determined? So I'm going to go over here real quick. And this is the calculation. And down here it says paying 9.62%. And that's going to go here through May through October 2022 is 9.62%. The rate applies for the first 6 months you own the bond. So this rate will change again come October. So keep that in mind. I think at the beginning of November, it'll change. Yeah. So from May through October, you're going to be at 9.62% interest on your money. Man, this is fantastic. It's crazy. So down here it says, how does the Treasury figure I bond rate? So there's two different ones. They give you a fixed rate and they give you an inflation rate. Now, this is a crazy situation with the economy right now where inflation is skyrocketing. So your fixed rate, as you're going to see down here on this chart, the fixed rate is actually 0. And you can see here the semi-annual inflation rate is 4.81%. So basically what they're doing is you get that every 6 months. That's your 9.62. So you add that twice, you get your 9.62% on a yearly basis. The 4.81 is on your 6 months average. So that's how it works out, guys. Fantastic. I love savings bonds. I have a Treasury Direct account. I will be depositing money into that and buying more bonds right now at this current rate. I cannot help myself. And yeah, it's a safe way. You start out small and build it up. You'll be surprised as you get older. It's going to build up. I'm looking for more ways to have ways to save back for retirement. And this is a great way to never have to worry about losing one penny. You will never lose a penny putting into this. You'll never lose a penny. So there's no risk. Literally no risk. The only risk you will have is that once you put the money in, you do have to hold it for 1 year. You cannot cash it out the next day. So that is your only risk. When you put it in, you have to let the government hold it for 1 year. Then you can cash it out. You will forfeit 3 months of interest. So hope you all enjoyed this video. This is a brief little rundown. I gave a lot of information in this. This is exciting. I've been, like I said, I've been in banking industry since 2002. Now I'm in with the, I guess you want to say Treasury taxes here in my area. I do taxes now, payments and processing of taxes and all kind of stuff. And in all my years of financial and banking, I have never seen a rate of 9.62%. I think I was usually seeing 1% to 3%, maybe sometimes 4 and 5%. And I just haven't thought about looking at these in a while. I'm like, the market's kind of sucky right now. I'm loading up on stocks, but you know what? I'm going to put some money in something safe. So I'm kind of, averaging out my stuff here. Money in bonds, money in stocks, finding different ways to add to the retirement. And this is a great way, and it's safe with zero risk. So hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Helps out the algorithm. And I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.